Hey everybody, this is Zanman Shane Sabunya, along with my good buddy, the Honorable Jeff. You're listening to Dynamite After Dark, live watch along of the post Double or Nothing AEW Dynamite, and you're listening to us here on LLP Radio and also the Kingdom of Honor YouTube channel. And I said live watch along, but we had some technical issues, so we're starting a little bit late here. But I haven't missed any of the episode, and watching the Young Bucks and the Omega version of Matt Hardy, interestingly enough, take on Private Party and Joey Janela, which is a really weird team going on right now. What do you think so far, Jeff?
So well, I liked their promo to start it, asking for a different version of Matt Hardy, and then coming in with this version.
Yeah.
And yeah,
it was kind of weird to see Hangman and Hangman there with the other four guys from his team at the start of the show. So I wonder what that bodes for the future.
Well, not only weird to see Hangman there, but to watch him walk out and have Kenny go with him.
Right.
That was kind of shocking as well, just to see, because Kenny's been kind of hanging out with the Bucks, and for him to just walk out like that was completely something I didn't see coming.
Yeah, and Kenny probably would have added even more levity to that scene too if he had stayed along with the Bucks and Matt Hardy too.
Well, maybe they are going with the the fact that Kenny and Paige are going to turn on the Bucks or vice versa, and finally break up the Elite.
Well, now that they've overcome their biggest threat, I don't see any reason why they would have to stay together for now.
Also, Ortiz is my hero. It's the way he reacted when he saw all those shirts, and pretty much everything he did. Or is that Santana? I still get him confused.
I think it was Ortiz I was talking about. I think it was Santana that actually
who's
the number of them.
Who's the crazy one that has the afro?
Ortiz.
Okay, so it was Ortiz that reacted.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I was still trying to, I was still screaming at my computer at that time, I think. So.
Oh. Okay, Janela's got to not ever do that to his hair again.
Janela is, I'm not a fan of Janela so far. I mean, we've seen him now for almost a year, and I've never been impressed by him.
I love
maybe once in that match against Moxley. But that's pretty much it.
I loved his independent work. I loved, his match against Paige at All In. But you're right. Ever since he's been on the All Elite Wrestling roster, I have not enjoyed any of his performances.
Yeah. And he's been there very sporadically too, which doesn't help.
No.
I mean, if he has more of a constant and more of a focus, and we got to see him more often, I think that, maybe our opinions on him would be different, but we see him so sporadically, and he never does anything interesting when he's out there.
Well, he's basically what, Jimmy Havoc was. He lived and died by the hardcore. And when he's not, the difference between him and Havoc is Havoc at least has some wrestling ability and able to tell storylines, and Joey Janela is just not an intriguing character. He's not. I don't know. I mean, he seemed like he was going to be when they first announced it. He was appearing on being the Elite with his part-time jobs and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since then, it's just not been good.
No, I mean, and he's very entrepreneurial and very creative, and I'm sure he does. I wouldn't be surprised if he helps the guys in the back producing things also. But I think, as far as an actual character and an in-ring performer for AEW, he's been really off the mark so far. And speaking of Jimmy Havoc, what the fuck is with Jimmy Havoc and Kip Sabian facing SCU tonight to get a title shot next week when we just had a number one contenders match at Double or Nothing for the tag team titles?
Is that what they announced? I just saw they were facing each other.
Yeah, they announced that the winners of SCU and Sabian and Havoc would face off against Paige and Omega next week for the tag titles.
Okay, but didn't Sabian didn't Best Friends just didn't they face off against that? Wasn't Private Party for the number one?
Private Party, yeah. That's what I was saying. Is the Best Friends just won the number one contendership, And yet there's another match this week to determine who gets to face Hangman and Omega next.
One Private Party is hurt, Quinn, I think. I mean, to the point where Matt Hardy's even helping him to back.
Oh, you must be ahead of me. There he is. Okay. They've been really snake bit the last few weeks on this show.
Yeah, they have.
I mean, Baker was hurt. Baker got hurt, and Ray Phoenix. Matt Hardy got injured his rib. Not Hardy. Matt Jackson injured his ribs last week. He can still wrestle, obviously, but now Quinn barely not even able to get to his feet.
Well, when I get to the commercial, I'm gonna pause it, let you know when you get there, so that we're on the same at the same time. I don't want to be reacting to things that you haven't seen yet. What the hell just happened? Well, that was interesting.
Revolt just showed up on Dynamite.
Yep. And I'm ahead.
He arrived in a truck a lot better than Cody did 2 weeks ago.
Yep. And I can't even tell you what happened yet.
They're gonna pick them up and then they're gonna attack Wade and Butcher. Yep, there we go.
Oh, you are way behind me. Shatter Machine.
Oh, double clothesline. Maybe now the Shatter Machine's coming up.
Oh no, it's a bit yet.
I'm that far behind you?
You're about 2 minutes behind me, yeah.
Crap. Spike Pile Driver. Well, I did have a little bit of a hiccup when I lost connection with you too, so I'm not sure what happened there, but
yeah, I don't.
At the same time.
I don't know what happened either. I just we're live, so just called you back.
Super kick. Shatter Machine.
Yep. All right, I just went to black here, so let me know when you hit commercial.
Okay.
FTR.
FTR, interesting. Fear the Revolt.
It'd be nice if they called them FTRR and we finally found out what that second R was.
You get it?
No.
I was saying as I was losing you that Blade and Butcher are off Christian's hit list because it's not after Labor Day, but they were wearing white.
Oh.
Okay, I just hit the commercial now.
All right. Oh. Okay,
Okay, I wish I was not on commercial right now because that was really stupid.
Well,
there's a dog balancing on a medical ball.
Yep, I'm watching that. Okay, now I'm about a half a second behind you.
Car, motorcycle, yeah, you'll catch up to me. Don't worry.
Unbelievable. I'm over these quarantine commercials. I get it. We're all in quarantine.
Yeah.
Things are shut down. We have to every commercial break have to be reminded of it. We get it. Everybody that can be open is open for business. We get it.
By the way, I'm not sure if you know this or not, but I after work today I ran to the ATM to deposit a couple of checks, and then I was going to get some stamps from the ATM because I needed to mail something. Well, the ATM doesn't have stamps anymore. So just public service announcement.
Did the ATM ever have stamps?
It did, yeah. The Wells Fargo ATM used to have stamps in it.
See, I didn't know that. I had no clue. That's news to me. I don't have a local. Well, I don't have a. My bank's 3,000 miles away, so I do everything online.
Your bank is 3,000 miles away?
Yeah, I don't even know if they have an actual branch.
What do you do? Does it use like the Swiss bank accounts or what?
No, it's well, not 3,000, but I use a bank in the state of Virginia.
Okay.
It gives me 3% back on my checkbook balance every month.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah. So everything's online. I mean, they've got a couple of local ATMs, but I rarely ever use cash or check anyway.
Yeah.
So, and then if I can get 3% back, sometimes it's pretty nice, especially after tax return.
Yeah, I was talking to that buddy, that guy that from India that worked with us briefly at our job. I almost said the name of the company. And but he was telling me that everybody in India gets percents back on even their checking accounts, and that women get a higher percentage rate back than men because they've been oppressed for such a long time.
Oh, wow.
So like married couples over there, they tend to have the bank account in the woman's name, so they get a higher interest rate.
Oh, that's smart.
And that even, that we could even bank over there as U.S. citizens as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just downloaded HBO Max too, and you're right, it's free with my AT&T subscription.
That's cool. Yeah, I won't be getting it for a while.
Since I get the free HBO with my AT&T, it's automatically included.
That's great. I'm happy for you. I'm just not going to get it till it's on Roku, because that's what I watch most of my stuff on, and until there's a Roku app for it, there's no point in me getting it.
Yeah, I watch most of my stuff on Fire Stick, but I also find myself watching a lot of stuff on my phone too.
I know.
So I've got certain apps that just don't work on my Fire Stick, or I'm not going to sit and watch my laptop. At least when I'm watching on my phone, I can carry it around the house and do laundry while I'm watching or whatever.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna buy a Chromecast to be able to cast to my, from my phone to watch it on my big projector. So there's just no point to that.
Oh yeah, that's just dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get it eventually. I mean, especially when, like Doom Patrol is starting very soon, but I mean that's already on DC Universe at the same time as well. So I don't need to worry about it for that. But definitely when exclusive shows come on there that I want to watch, I'll get it.
So what, are they letting people actually into the... Are we live?
I think so.
And are they letting people into actual fans in? Those don't look like the wrestlers.
I still think it's a limited audience, even if it's fans, because there's not very many people there.
No. But I mean, those guys wearing masks, those are not...
Well, there's Pineapple Pete right there.
Yeah, the wrestlers are still... Well, which are you watching, the little box or the big box? Okay. Oh, that's right. You're now ahead of me, so... Oh, he's coming up to announce? A four-man booth? This can't be good.
Must be Brian Cage's match coming up. We didn't talk about this at all. We haven't talked about this, I don't think, lately on our show, or if we talked about it at all. But Imp and I were talking a little bit on Saturday night about how they were, people were like Jim Cornette were deriding AEW about not having any height in their wrestlers or size in their wrestlers, but now they've recently added Brody Lee and the Murder Hawk, and now Brian Cage.
What are they talking? I mean, Moxley's what, 6'4"?
Yeah, and so is Omega. But I mean, I think like they didn't really have anybody like a Haas type wrestler. Now they're, and they of course they've always had Luchasaurus.
Right. And he's only 6'5". It's not like Brian Cage is. I think Brian Cage is 6'1". He's not a huge guy.
Who's 6'1"?
Brian Cage.
Okay. Yeah, but he's big, beefy, and muscular too.
True.
That's a good question. Who doesn't love Taz?
I don't love Taz.
I thought you did.
I loved Taz at times during his career, but he's never been, one of my favorites. Not since he debuted on WWF. I don't think he.
Well, yeah, I mean, his WWF debut was great.
Yeah.
But, what happened after that?
Well, he hurt his back shortly after that, and then he had some other injuries that kind of shelved him.
Yeah, but even when he came back from injury, then he was teamed up with Spike Dudley.
Yeah, I mean, he was a hell of an announcer. I'll give him that. Not only for SmackDown for years, but also for TNA.
So Allie's out there having fun, having a conversation after her husband just got his ass kicked.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's a bit of bad continuity right there.
Well, I don't think we're supposed to know that they're married.
Well, we know that she's their manager, or are we supposed to not know that Allie is the bunny?
I don't know, maybe not. And it looks like she's out there flirting with whoever that guy is.
Brian Cage really, I mean, I have no problem with what they're doing here, but I almost think he should be out there having like a handicap style match against a couple of guys.
Like they should have done with Archer before Cody destroyed him?
Yeah. Hit the drill claw, type the other guy in, stack him up and pin them both at the same time. That's the kind of thing I think Brian Cage should be doing right here.
I mean, if he's going to be in against jobbers, why not have him in against two jobbers?
Exactly.
Oh, we get to hear from Taz. Hooray.
Good.
Hey, this mic has a mute.
Oh, when's Fyter Fest coming out?
Probably 3 months.
No. It was in June last year. It was in June last year, wasn't it?
I thought they promised us they weren't going to do monthly pay-per-views.
No, Fyter Fest was free last year, remember?
Oh, yeah. I suppose it's just a special. Are they going to call him the Machine? You would have thought Impact would have popped her at that.
No, I think Cage probably copyrighted it. They called him a Machine in Lucha Underground, too. They just called him, they call him Cage in Lucha Underground.
He is a scary dude.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind Cage getting the title at Fyter Fest. We talked about how, unfortunately, not through any fault of his own, but Moxley's title run has been kind of snake bit. So I think him, going on a chase for a while for the title would be good, or even other people chasing Cage for a while would be good.
I would rather seen him chasing through the Dark Order, though.
Yeah, I think I would too, but now that has kind of passed us by, I wouldn't mind Cage getting this strap.
I kind of hope they take a page out of old 80s WWF style, where, storylines will last a full year. Like I would like to have seen the whole Cage versus, or the whole Harper versus, not Harper, Brody Lee versus Moxley thing go on throughout it for a whole year.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, having tag matches and main event tag matches and things like that to keep it fresh, but keep them apart and then their big blow off and all out. Year-long storylines would be more entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, I was just saying, you know, announcing last night on our show about what is coming up on WWF The Legacy Series this week, and you know, I mean, that's basically like a year-long story between, you know, from WrestleMania 3 up through WrestleMania 4 between Andre and Hulk. You know, something like that would, and they managed to keep it fresh the entire time because they weren't always on TV and they weren't always facing each other.
Well, and not only that, but you know, they also changed up Heenan for Ted DiBiase there in the middle, and then it, you know, worked into a feud between DiBiase and Hogan, which ended up being a feud between DiBiase and Savage because of it. And then, you know, like the Mega Power storyline, that took what, a year to complete.
Yep.
Because wasn't WrestleMania 6 when Hogan challenged him for that belt, or WrestleMania 5? I mean.
5. Yep. So it was at WrestleMania year basically that Savage held the title.
Yeah, because he won it at WrestleMania 4 and did it because of Hogan's help. They became a team, and that storyline went on for the whole year.
The rules of being a role.
Look at Tony and how disgusted he looks.
Wow.
Role model.
You know, they could do that with They could do that with Chelsea Baker and Hikaru Shida here too.
Yeah.
You know, because Baker can't wrestle for a year. You know, they could just keep the stuff like this going where she keeps egging. You know, she keeps on egging and picking away at Shida.
Well, that would be a Stone Cold type situation.
Yep.
After Austin broke his neck, you know, he took a year off and really developed a huge feud with The Rock because of it.
Right. Okay.
What's with the Judge Judy hammer clank thing?
I don't know, that's why I said okay.
And who's the chick behind him? Behind her?
That's the girl that's turning the pages on the thing for her. Is that Dasha chick?
I don't know, but she's cute.
She is cute.
Okay, Britt.
I'm confused. Now they're doing numbers and letters at the same time. I can't handle this.
I don't know if this is the right decision for Britt. To be honest, this is not. I mean, it's kind of keeping with her character, but her character was actually kind of fun and mocking everybody. This is too.
No, I think this is perfect. I think this is tongue-in-cheek enough.
I think it.
Reba. Oh, she has a nice rack.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
Her name is Reba, huh?
Apparently.
I'll be right back. I gotta shut my window. My neighbor decided now is a good time to mow their lawn.
Yeah. Okay.
This is entertaining. Okay,
Yeah.
I lied. This is
Yeah, that's hilarious. I'm just I'm sitting here laughing.
her conspiracy theory thing
She
is.
just got one of those diagrams of the rings.
Is she saying Audrey Edwards is the reason why? Okay, I was wrong at first. This is good.
Madam Audrey Edwards. Okay.
Audrey was somewhere.
I'm somewhere too.
Alright, this is you're right. This is the perfect tongue in cheek.
Oh, not even. Oh, not a year. Okay, good.
Jesus, not even 6 months.
Well, no, because it's a broken tibia. I originally had heard it was a torn MCL.
Well, that's what they said on
I love that. Her wheelchair's name is Role Model. That's great.
Mm-hmm. No.
The Role Model.
Yeah. You missed that when they first showed it at the beginning?
I did. That's hilarious, though.
I don't know. I enjoyed that little segment a lot better than I initially thought I was going to. When she started drawing the lines and brought out the diagram map and everything, it really hit a high spot. Why did I just watch our gorilla playing with a train set? Oh, I suppose you don't have the local ads, do you?
No.
So you didn't get the Gorilla Glue one?
I don't think so. I try to pay as little attention to commercials as possible.
Yeah, sometimes I enjoy them. You know what, Prime? How about instead of giving people free 30-day trials, you get my shit here in 2 days like you used to do? Irritated I had to wait a week. Almost 2 weeks. Sorry, Amazon commercial. I don't know if you had that over there. Anyone watching DirecTV had the Amazon commercial. Well, so far this has been a pretty decent episode. Not mad at it.
Yeah, it has. It's been really good so far. And we're 2/3 of the way through the first hour, so that's pretty good. You know, we had that 6-man tag. We had the cage squash. We had the little promo between Taz and Mox, and then we had the stuff with Chelsea. So yeah, great stuff.
So far, so good on there. You know, and then of course the debut of the FTR or whatever they're calling them.
Yeah, I mean, they said on, I think you said you listened to the Jericho thing, so they said FTR stands for Fear the Revolt on there. So
Oh, is that what it is?
yeah, so hopefully that's what so maybe I guess that's what they're gonna be doing.
That's what they've changed it to.
I think so. Yeah. I think obviously to start with is fuck the revolution or fuck the revival. Yeah.
Wow. I don't normally watch these commercials. I didn't realize. Oh, good. Jazzwares? Oh, I thought this was going to be a wrestler. Ooh.
Yeah, I will not get one of those figures until there's a Hangman Page one.
I won't get them anyway.
Yes, you will.
I don't. Well, eventually maybe.
You'll get them and drool down on them in your sleep, and you know it.
Maybe. I had the Lucha Brothers one was kind of cool. I like the Pentagon one. Ugh. Really? They gave Cody the sledgehammer?
They did.
Just dumb.
Did you not see this ad last week?
No, I usually tune out commercials.
It was either last week on Dynamite or it was on the pay-per-view. One of the two they had this same ad.
I don't like how they made their midsections bendable.
Yeah, I think Brandy looks really weird too.
Well, yeah, because the midsection, or it's bendable at their chest.
Well, can't you bend your chest?
Yeah, but I don't want my action figures to do sit-ups.
Why not?
Perfect spot for Orange Cassidy.
Absolutely. I think Orange is going to get freshly squeezed tonight.
Ortiz. I love Ortiz. Now, who the hell is this?
Chrissy James.
Why does she have... What?
Why is she doing the Macarena?
What is that happening?
The samba or whatever.
That's not a samba.
Well, it's something. Oh, good. She's going to be rescued by Shida, so it's okay.
Let's hope. Last time Shida had one of these matches, it actually turned into a pretty good match, and we never got to see JJ again, whatever her name was.
JJ?
I don't remember what that chick's name was.
Okay.
But I thought it was, like the last name was JJ or something.
Oh, could have been. I don't know. I don't remember it.
Exactly. She put on a halfway decent showing against Shida, and then we never saw her again.
Wow, her waist is so tiny she has to wrap the belt underneath it.
4 kids while getting her doctorate?
What's that?
When did she have time to wrestle?
What about 4 kids?
Isn't that what they were just saying about Shida? Or were they saying that about Shida's mom or something?
I don't know, I was talking, but I can't. There's no way Hikaru Shida has 4 kids.
No.
Look at that body.
There's no way she has 4 kids and was able to become a professional wrestler. Plus, isn't she only like 24 or something? They must have been talking about her mom or something.
Yeah, she just can't be older than 25, 26 at the oldest, right?
I wouldn't think so. No, what's the difference between HBO Max and the regular HBO? They're just going to have more DC content? Is that it?
Uh, yeah,
CW
and it's like the official home of things like Friends, and it'll be the official home of Batwoman when that's on streaming on CW, and I think it's the official home of the DC live action franchises, things like that.
Oh, okay. Holy Sheeta. Okay, just please kick her in the face. I'm sick of this James chick. James. What is happening? Oh no, please no, not Mike Tyson. Couldn't Mike Tyson's thing have only been one night?
Yeah, I was surprised when I went up to when I put the app on and I went to the live. Yeah, on the app you have to like scroll across to live, and when I went down to live for Dynamite, it was showing Mike Tyson as the image for Dynamite, which is really weird, I thought.
Yeah, that's odd. I wonder why. I mean, maybe he had a couple of episode deal or something. I guess it's not like he's not doing anything else.
Yeah, but it's also not like he's relevant in 2020 either. Yeah, you were right. Jane is getting a lot of offense on Sheeta.
Yeah, except for her character sucks. Yeah, she might be getting some offense in and looking decent, but her character is terrible.
That was painful.
Yep.
Actually, she's 31 years old.
She does?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, we got that from the start when we saw who her opponent was.
She'll be 32 in July. No, I lied. She'll be 32 in June.
Okay, I don't like Sheeta playing to the crowd like this.
I would never have guessed that she was over 30 years old.
No, me neither. But I don't know that I like this her playing to the crowd stuff.
Why? She's a babyface.
Yeah, but she's never played to the crowd like this before.
Sure she has.
Gone over and high-fived somebody in the middle of a match?
No, not like that. But she's always waving and smiling and things like that.
Yeah, waving and smiling, but she's overdoing it this time. Yeah, I hope that they don't force that out of her because she's the champion.
Don't turn her into Riho?
Yeah, don't turn her into what she isn't. She got over because of how good she is in the ring and how she seems like a real person. You start pushing her like that into a over-the-top babyface, all of a sudden she doesn't become a real person anymore.
You know how badly I want the borders to open up so that we can see B Priestley versus Hikaru Shida one-on-one?
Is that why B's not over here?
She's stuck in...
Yeah, there's still no international travel to the United States.
Huh.
That's why Pac isn't there, that's why Riho isn't back,
I suppose that makes sense considering we can't even open up restaurants yet. Why would we...
Did you just say restaurants?
Restaurants.
Oh, okay.
Restaurants aren't even open. Why would we let the borders be open?
Exactly. Oh, the Borders is a bookstore, not a restaurant.
What? I guess if you...
I bet you speak to us for a second or two.
I guess if this show didn't have bad jokes, it wouldn't have any.
Oh.
Her block knocked off.
just did the Adam Cole last shot type deal right there to him.
Cat, where did this tape come from?
Falcon's Arrow.
You know, there's so many moves that are just a slight variation away from each other.
Mm-hmm. That makes the variety happen.
Like there's such a subtle difference between a Code Red and a Canadian Destroyer.
Or Code Red and Yoshi Tonic too.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with Baker hurt, the field's wide open.
Yeah, I don't know who else. I mean, unless it's Nyla Rose again, who would be her competitor?
Well, she and Statlander are friends, but Statlander should be the #1 contender right now.
There's really nobody else. They haven't been building anybody else for the last 3-4 months. Right. But like you said, because most of them are at home.
Right, remember they started building Priestley up, but then the borders got closed because of the COVID.
Right. Well, we must be live since they're doing picture-in-picture because they don't do it normally.
Yeah. Oh, that's also going to be the official home of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies too.
Yeah, I saw Harry Potter was on there too. Is that going to be?
Oh, that might be. I'm not sure if they own Harry Potter or not, but that sounds right.
Because when I opened up the app to check it out after I logged in, the first thing that was there was Harry Potter.
Yeah, today's the official start date. Today's actually the official start date of that app, isn't it?
Yep. I totally forgot about it until I went to log on to watch Dynamite, and it popped up on my phone on the DirecTV app.
Yeah.
Oh, Practical Jokers is on here. What? They've got Doctor Who on here too?
Oh, that's irritating.
Why?
Because they're showing Paige and Omega on the screen, and we can't hear what the hell they're saying.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's been their biggest problem is they do these picture-in-picture commercial breaks when there's actual promos being cut. I remember we've been complaining about that for quite a while.
Oh, look at this. He's going to... Okay, this is great.
It's too bad we can't hear what they're saying.
Whoa, he's like, I found a hidden camera, you know. What the hell are they looking at us for? You know, stuff like that. And then Paige is telling him to cover it up or hit it or something, break it or something.
You know, if they wanted to do this kind of stuff during these commercial breaks, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, this is great now. I was annoyed at first, but now it's great.
You know, every time we go to a commercial break, we have a hidden camera in somebody's locker room or something.
Oh, now they're letting it go. Okay. They're like, okay, who cares? It is great to see Paige and Omega drinking together, hanging out together, though.
Yeah, and that's why I said it was noticeable in the beginning. Well, I'm happy now. Doctor Who is on this HBO Max app too.
Who?
Doctor Who?
Who?
Teen Titans. Ooh, Adventure Time. Oh, hell yeah. Guess what I'm going to be watching tonight?
Guessing Adventure Time, whatever the hell that is.
Cartoon from my youth.
Oh.
Okay, from my kids' youth. Doom Patrol's on here. You know, didn't you say that they pulled a bunch of stuff off of the DC Universe app?
I said there was a few the animated movies they pulled off of there, yeah.
Because they've got Doom Patrol on here, they've got Teen Titans, Practical Jokers, Rick and Morty. Oh my god, I might... Big Bang Theory? They've got all the seasons of Big Bang Theory on here too.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So look to see if they have Teen Titans: The Judas Contract on there.
Is there a search?
Why would I fucking hope there's a search on there?
Well, you know, all these apps are weird. Yep.
Teen Titans and Zeus contracts on here.
Oh, that's bullshit. How about
There's Friends.
how about
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is on here.
what's that show called? Justice League Dark. Is that on there? Oh, look, it's the dreamiest TNT champion of all time.
No, just Justice League and Batman vs. Superman.
Okay.
Ooh, Judge Dredd. Oh my god, I might just cancel everything else and just keep this.
No, you gotta
crap.
keep Netflix.
Well, I have to because of different things going on there. Looney Tunes cartoons, you can watch every Looney Tune cartoon.
And they have a brand new Looney Tunes series coming on there too.
So, series premiere Looney Tune cartoons. Okay, so it must not be all of them, just that.
No, I think it is all of them, but and they're also bringing it back as with new episodes. I could be wrong about that, but
It's got all the old, everything that's been on HBO, all their series, and then they've got Max originals.
yep.
Yep, here's the Looney Tune cartoon originals. Oh my god, there's Not Too Late show with Elmo. Ugh.
Yes, Cody, your neck tattoo is stupid.
Who cares? Here's his heel promo.
It is. Yes, it is.
No, it is, dude.
Well, that's all true, but this title right here, that's all about nepotism and favoritism.
His entire promo. This has been a heel promo, and anyone that still thinks he's a face, even after listening to this, and what is Allie doing? Why is Allie flirting with QT Marshall?
No idea. An open challenge, and there's already a battle royal set up to
Get the number one contender.
number contenders for next week. He said ass.
I hope
Show's been fun. What are you talking about?
I hope Sam has been watching this because that was the Cody heel promo that we've been discussing.
Yeah.
He put everybody on the planet down. He made himself look great. He's overcome all adversity because he wasn't the number one pick. You know, Tom Brady is his favorite quarterback, and he dogged the competition. That was a perfect heel promo.
Yeah. Anybody whose favorite team is the Patriots or favorite quarterback is Tom Brady is evil in my book.
Well, I mean that's not necessarily the judge of evil, but just I mean we've been saying it for months that Cody. I don't know that Cody ever turned face. He was a heel against his brother at Double or Nothing last year, and I'm not sure that over the last year he ever turned face. He just apologized to his brother, and then all of a sudden, people start cheering him.
I mean, and you and I don't really believe in faces and heels anyway, but
No.
I do feel Cody completely uncheerable.
I'm kind of getting to that point, and it sucks because he's still a great in-ring performer, even if his matches are getting a little formulaic. But for people to think that he's a babyface is just wrong. He's not. His actions, the way that he portrays himself, not just the way he undermines everybody, the way he cuts down opponents. To me, Lance Archer was actually more cheerable in this last match than he is. And MJF in the one before, Revolution.
Well, yeah, MJF was the one that was the underdog in that. Cody was winning at every stage. So.
Well, and even this one, Archer won at every stage. If it hadn't been for the fact that Archer basically kicked his ass for the first 12 minutes of that match.
Right.
But it didn't matter what Archer did anyway. Everything he did in the first 12 minutes got undermined in the last two.
Yeah, that's how Cody matches go these days. Tracy on some what? Oh, Cheeto.
Cheeto. Okay, that's funny. And in her hair.
Oh, look at the cat. When did we get a cat? That's great.
I love it. That commercial started off a little rough, but it got better.
Yeah, that was a good commercial.
Can you, I mean, is it... I'm starting to think commercials for TV shows are a lot like, commercials for pretty much everything else. Everybody claims they're number one.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too, is like, even if Janela had half of the personality Kip Sabian does, he'd actually be somewhat interesting. He just doesn't have the personality. Is it Penelope Ford that's the reason why we liked him so much?
Maybe.
Because all the stuff that Sabian's doing is the exact same stuff that Janela used to do.
Yeah, but I'm not a huge fan of Sabian either.
No, I mean, he's not... He'll be a good mid-carder. I don't think he's ever going to be somebody I'm going to pay to see.
No, I can't imagine that. On the other hand, though, our opinions have turned around on Jimmy Havoc over the last year, too.
Yeah, I mean, when we first saw him, we were worried when he came to AEW that he wasn't going to be an actual wrestler. I remember calling Darby Allin after we saw Fyre Fest. Darby Allin was the wrestler Jimmy Havoc always wishes he had been.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
And now, I mean, Jimmy Havoc keeps proving himself time and time again. He doesn't need all the crazy stunts and all that stuff. He's really talented in the ring. And he's a good.
Absolutely.
He's got a great character. He's fun to watch. Now, on the other hand, outside of Frankie Kazarian, I have no interest in SCU anymore, mainly because we don't get CD that much.
Thought you were a big fan of Scorpio Sky.
I think Scorpio Sky is a vanilla babyface that needs a heel turn. I want to see he's talented, but he's got no. There's nothing to love about him.
Yeah, there's no hook.
There's no. He's talented. He's kind of that third wheel. I've been saying, when he was getting this big push, I remember saying that to you that I want to see him as a heel. I want to see him break away from SCU, go on his own, and be a heel. And I think then we might actually get to see what everyone else sees. I just don't. He can be as talented as he wants, but he has no substance to his personality.
Yeah, well, he has no sense to his personality. There's no uniqueness to his moves. To me, there's just nothing. There's nothing to him. So I mean, I just feel like he's, there's like a big like mirage to what he does. So there's no substance to him.
A lot like I guess it's hard to say. Well, I mean, he's not a young guy either. Like Janela, I think has only been. He hasn't been in the spotlight for very long. He's been wrestling, 7-8 years or something like that, but he hasn't been in the spotlight very long. Where Scorpio Sky, we're going on, about 3 years of him kind of being a feature spotlight player? 3-4 years?
Yep.
You'd think he would have developed a personality by now.
Yeah, wouldn't you? And he's, but instead of developing personality, what he developed? A catchphrase.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, I think he's like 33 years old, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been wrestling I want to say like 14, 15 years.
Right. He just wasn't well known until like the end of 2017 or whatever, when SCU formed.
Yeah, when they started their little run at it was the end of 17. So he's been in the spotlight for a little over 3 years now.
Right.
Or close to 3 years.
Yeah, almost 3 years.
Where when you look at a guy like Frankie Kazarian, he's been in the spotlight for 20 years.
Yeah. And Frankie has a personality.
But Frankie's not one of those big talkers either. He's not out cutting mics. He's not really. There's just something about him that is likable.
Yeah, he has a natural charisma to him. I just don't think Sky does.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
Now, I would say that Sky has an athletic charisma to him, but at the same time, he doesn't do anything special, I don't think.
Yeah, Matt Bentley had an athletic charisma too, and where's he now?
Yeah, exactly.
I guess that was a bad comparison because Matt Bentley actually got over pretty well and had somewhat of a personality.
Yeah, but don't you think Matt Bentley got over well because he was playing a nickel dime version of Shawn Michaels?
Yeah, complete with, and he had Tracy on his hip the whole time too.
Right.
I mean, Tracy alone is the only reason to watch Aces and Eights. The worst storyline in the history of wrestling.
Oh my God, it was not.
It was terrible.
I know you hated it, but I mean that's one of the few things that we really vehemently disagree on when it comes to wrestling. I loved everything about Aces and Eights. And you hated it.
You don't destroy your leader. Make him bleed. You can beat him down, but you don't bust him open.
It was all to serve the plan.
What plan? There was no plan. Bubba was already the champion.
I mean, humiliate Brooke and humiliate Hogan.
And Hogan walked out. I mean, before he even got to that payoff. So, I mean, where was the plan? I mean, I could have saw it if he was like an up-and-comer or he needed to go and win the belt or something like that, but he had the belt.
Okay, so you liked it until you saw until the reveal that Bully was the leader, and then you thought it was stupid.
That's when it, yeah, that's exactly when it changed. I loved Devon being the leader. I loved when Ken Anderson turned and he became part of it. That's where I first Jackson Riker. That was where I first started to learn about him and saw how good he could be. I can't remember what his name was, Gunner or something.
Gunner, yeah.
You know, and Doc Gallows in that was amazing. I loved it. And then when they pulled that crap with Bully Ray and he ended up becoming their leader, it was just, I was over it. That made it the worst storyline ever. It was one of the worst payoffs I've ever seen.
I enjoyed every minute of it. So.
And then after that, I mean,
it's just a shame that we can't go back and watch it. And I mean, it'd be fun to go back and watch it and see like exactly where, your opinion of it diverges from mine. But I mean, we can't do it because Viacom owns the rights to all that stuff right now. That's stuff that's not in it. The pay-per-views are in Impact Plus, but not each storyline element that we could watch.
I wouldn't mind doing that for our Patreon show too. At some point, I mean, I know we're going through and doing pay-per-views, but I wouldn't mind diverting from that a little bit and maybe going and looking at some longer-term storylines. Stuff like the beginning of the NWO. Up until they kind of really jumped the shark in mid '98 or what, early '98. After Sting, after Bret Hart jumped, and Sting won the title, so '97 is kind of when I was over the whole NWO thing. Because that's when it started to become silly. Bret Hart he hates Hogan, but he's going to be Hogan's biggest fan, and then he had the red and black, and it just kind of got silly from there.
So they really couldn't stay with the match during this? They had to go to commercial all the way?
I guess.
I hate Howard Wolowitz.
Shut up. South Park's on HBO Max too?
He must be, other than like maybe Urkel, Howard Wolowitz is my least favorite character in sitcoms.
Really?
Yeah. I fucking hate him.
Yeah, but Sheldon is so great it makes up for it.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that Howard
Wolowitz... This commercial makes me laugh every time I see it.
I do think that Howard has the best line in the history of the show, but I mean, I really despise his character for the most part.
This rat commercial just makes me laugh every time I see it.
Why? There's a rat problem?
Huh? And then
there's a rat problem?
Yeah, the start of the commercial is them sitting on the couch and, we love our house, we love it. There's just a rat problem. And then you go down to the basement, rats singing, and they're in the kitchen. I don't know why that commercial cracks me up every time.
I like the clogging problem better.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, it has. People are clogging in the attic or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that one.
No, I think Howard has the best line in the history of Big Bang Theory, where Sheldon says, "I can't give a speech," and Howard goes, "No, you're wrong. You give speeches all the time. What you can't do is shut up."
I just like the fact that they always make fun of Howard for not being a real scientist. Sheldon's constantly making fun of him for it. And I don't know, but yeah, I might be binging. Oh man, I'm in the middle of DC Universe though.
Yes, you are. The Arrowverse, yeah.
But I have a feeling this HBO Max is going to make me a very happy person.
Well, good. I'm glad I told you about it.
Well, Jesus, with the amount of ads I've seen for today, I think I would have found out. I can't even open my phone without getting blasted with an ad for it.
Yeah, but we talked about it like a month ago or so on our show, and you're like, I never even heard of this HBO Max. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and then I was all upset because I thought I was going to have to pay extra for it.
I know.
So it's kind of cool that I get it for free for my, DirecTV. And I have to keep DirecTV just for Dynamite. I don't think I'll watch anything else on it, just Dynamite.
Yeah.
And sports, I mean, if there was sports again, I'd be watching that, but...
Well, I think there's going to be sports again soon, isn't it? Just like empty arena sports, right?
Yeah, the NHL is coming back.
No, we said sports. So I know like the NBA signed like a deal with Disney World or something. So.
The NHL is coming back to do the Stanley Cup playoffs in June.
Yeah, that's what everybody wants to watch hockey when there's no fucking ice on the ground.
The NHL playoffs usually, the Stanley Cup is usually in June. Typically. It's like it ends the week before the NBA Finals starts, which is usually the middle of June.
Don't you think sports seasons go for too long? I mean, I think like by the time like the season is over, I'm just bored with it. And it doesn't matter the sport. I mean, I would say like college basketball and probably college football have like the perfect length of seasons, but everything else I just think it feels like it goes forever.
Well, the NFL and college football are about the same. College football starts 2 weeks before and ends the second week in January, and then 2 weeks later is when the Super Bowl is. So with the way that they've done college football, they've really kind of stretched out, all of the games and everything. And then when you incorporate March Madness,
well, that's partly true. There's also like a month break between the last regular season game and the bowl game. So I mean, it's really not that long of a season. It's just that they have that long break for like winter break and.
I suppose.
Stuff,
Yeah, I mean,
it's almost like there's 2 college football seasons every year. One for the actual regular season and one for the bowl games.
Yeah, I guess you're right. That is true. I don't know. I mean, if you're a fan of the, but I guess I do.
And then like the NBA, like the damn playoffs are as long as the regular season.
Oh my God. Well, and baseball's gotten that way.
It's about to say for the NHL too.
Yeah, because they don't play every night. Like they used to. Like Major League Baseball, when I was a kid growing up, the World Series took 1 week. Now it takes 3.
Yeah, exactly.
There was.
And they used to actually have something called day games in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember when the Twins were in the World Series in '87. Our teacher wanted to watch the game, so he brought a TV into the room.
Yeah,
and that was our day as we watched the game.
Yeah, I remember that kind of stuff too. I mean, that's how old that we are, though, Jeff. We can remember when there was day games in the playoffs.
Hell, I was a fan of the Cubs. I didn't get a night game until the late '80s. I grew up on the Chicago Cubs. I didn't know what a night game was.
Wow, he almost overshot that.
Yeah, he missed that move. Oh, good, we got Penelope involved.
That's never a bad thing.
No.
Oh, that's a nice finisher.
I like that. Didn't you see that in the ladder match too?
I think we did.
Didn't they do that to Orange Cassidy?
Sounds right.
Or was it Frankie? Actually, I think it was Frankie. Because remember Frankie and Scorpio started the match, and then these two came out.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right.
I thought Best Friends were got the next title shot.
That's what I was saying, is that the Best Friends are number 1 contenders, but yet somehow, they still had a tag team match this week to see who got the next title shot. It doesn't make any sense.
It's like the rankings don't make any sense either. I mean, you go over that every week.
Yes, you do.
Every time they have some mini tournament.
Oh, oh, that lipstick on you, Penelope.
Ooh. Could we be getting frustration from Scorpio Sky? Oh, look at him walking out on Frankie. Upset. We could get a heel turn. Could we get a heel turn? Could we be set and sealed for Frankie? Because they're...
Shh, MJF's talking.
No, technically they did.
Oh, interesting. There's a little friction between MJF and Wardlow.
I just hope that this battle royal is filled with people that might actually be deserving, instead of only having one or two people that deserve a title shot, the rest just being kind of thrown in there.
Yeah. Like Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Or like that gauntlet match we just watched on Bound for Glory. The 2005 Bound for Glory, where it was supposedly the top 10 contenders, but Lance Hoyt was part of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Raven was not.
Yeah. I mean, if Lance Archer's not in this, if Luchasaurus isn't in this, then it's just not.
Oh no, Lance Archer took 2 crossroads a few days ago, so obviously he's out for weeks.
Oh, this is a frightening commercial.
It is, yeah.
The Alienist? I need to see that. Okay.
I know, I keep thinking the same thing too.
It looks like right up my alley of stuff I'd like to watch.
Yeah, I just don't know where you go to watch the earlier seasons from though. I think it's like the 3rd or 4th season of it.
Probably HBO Max. They've got everything else. I'm sure one of the streaming services. I mean, I've got Hulu, I've got Netflix, I've got Amazon, I've got HBO. I'm sure one of them's going to have it.
Yeah, that seems likely, doesn't it?
You would think.
And if they don't, well, maybe I won't watch it. Although that does look like my kind of show. And I have so much Arrowverse to watch because I committed now.
Have you?
I've committed. Well, it's not on Netflix. It's probably going to be on like Crackle or something. It's not on Hulu, but I could watch it live TV. Hammer is a baby. It's on Amazon Prime, but it's expensive.
Yeah, I was wondering if it's available to stream for free anywhere.
No, it's not part of Prime, so it's something you gotta pay for.
Yeah, it's probably like
So,
$2 an episode or something.
usually it's more than that now. Let's see. Well, it's $3 an episode usually, and it's $24 or $2 if I want to do the SD version and just have my TV upgraded to HD, and I could save $1.
Oh, the guns.
Oh, yay. He's a dumbass.
Well, he's definitely, if they're complaining about not having size, Billy Gunn's the kind of guy you want in there to have size. Of course. Who the hell is hugging? Or are they fighting already? Oh.
Is Orange Cassidy going to be too lazy to put him over the top?
Yep, see, Sunny Kiss and Jungle Boy are in this. Do you see anybody from the Inner Circle in this? Hagar, Sammy.
There's Ortiz.
Yeah, but they just came out and attacked Orange Cassidy. They're not actually in the match.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yep, see, now they're going back to the back again.
Well, the Librarian definitely deserves a title shot, so I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, again, there's maybe 3 people in this match that deserve to be in there. Who the hell is that dude in the middle that looks like a skinny Dusty Rhodes?
Oh, that's Luther. That was that creepy guy that came out when the Nightmare Collective was still happening.
Oh, when they still had a thing? Yeah, see, like half these people wouldn't deserve a title shot.
No.
And of course, Luchasaurus is going to get screwed again, so MJF can win it.
Probably.
Well, let's see.
And I don't see MJF lose to Cody. So.
No, nobody's going to lose to Cody. Cody's... Ouch. That look painful. Okay, Marco's done trying to delete Luchasaurus. That was entertaining.
Yeah, you like Marco Stunt, though, and I don't.
No, I don't like Marco Stunt. I just thought it was funny watching him try to eliminate Luchasaurus.
I didn't realize that all 3 of them were out there. Struggle Boy's in there too.
Richard? He's an arrogant Richard?
Yeah, Richard is long for Dick.
Oh yeah, I know. I just kind of odd that he would go with that phrasing. Oh, there he goes, hide behind Wardlow again. Oh, there's CD. And of course, Colt makes his Battle Royal presence known. Who's the guy that Jungle Boy's fighting?
Marco Stunt?
No. Or yeah, Marco Stunt. Now Luchasaurus is trying to get rid of him. He's the only guy I don't recognize.
There's some really weird camera shots in this Battle Royal. Oh, that's the Librarian.
Oh, Peter Avalon. That's sad too, because Peter Avalon's a hell of a wrestler too.
Oh, there goes Colt. Well, clearly.
A Dark Order ad for Colt Cabana.
Yeah, probably not happening.
Well, maybe. I think that's what the Dark Order needs to have some legitimacy. Is to actually have some decent names enter it.
Yeah, like CD should have.
Yep.
Honestly, I would rather they had the split screen in the tag match than in this battle royal.
Yeah, me too. This chafing is rather pleasing. What?
No idea. Why is Tyson still to come?
I don't care. Why does Tyson have... He's going to be the end of the show.
Yeah, but why?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. You know, we could probably take this time to discuss some of the stuff about Double or Nothing we didn't talk about.
I mean, unless they're gonna unless they're setting up like Tyson facing off against Lance Archer or something.
Which they won't, because Tyson already knocked out Archer, so he got his comeuppance.
Yeah.
But was there anything we didn't touch on last night? I mean, we kind of did a quick 10-minute review of it because we really needed to talk about that. Who's that guy?
That's Brandon Cutler.
Oh, okay.
I know we haven't seen some of these guys in such a long time. It's hard to remember.
He looks a lot like Just Incredible, doesn't he?
You think it's incredible how much he looks like Justin?
Well, he looks a lot like Justin Incredible. Doesn't he? He's got the bald hair, he's got the same frame. Oh, this is not going to end well. Poor Peter Avalon. You deserve better.
Didn't start well either.
Oh, who's going to knock him down? Who's going to knock him out? Oh, they're going to knock each other out. That's stupid.
No, I guess one thing I think we briefly mentioned last night how good the women's title match was, but I think that from an in-rings perspective, the women once again stole the show on Double or Nothing.
Yeah,
I think Sheeta and Nyla Rose had the best wrestling match on that card.
I mean, there for a while, Riho was having the best wrestling match on the cards, and now that she's gone, now it's kind of Sheeta's turn.
Yeah, and we'd already said that they had stolen the show the last 3 Dynamites, and now they did it again on Double or Nothing. I mean, tonight you could make an argument that Britt Baker's was the best part of this show, but I think the women have just been rocking it on AEW.
Yeah, and I don't think they need any big names. They're finally doing what we've been wanting all along. They're creating names.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Britt Baker was their biggest. Britt Baker and Allie were the 2 biggest names that they had coming into this. Well, I guess outside of Brandy, but Britt Baker's kind of made the division her own, and Sheeta, just her talent alone. I hope they don't ruin it with her silly character work.
Right, exactly.
Statlander's amazing. I've liked some of these women that they brought in just kind of for the one-offs.
Yeah, and Penelope Ford's only going to get better. They still got Allie if they decide to use her as a wrestler,
which they should.
And then of course, like I said, I think that Bea Priestley is one of the top 5 women's wrestlers on the planet, and they've got her on their roster if she ever gets to wrestle for them again. So, they really have a strong. Ryan's been saying that they should sign Tessa Blanchard. He wants Tessa Blanchard to be in AEW, but I don't want that at all.
Sorry, I was watching Marco Stunt be crazy, stupid.
I'm sorry, you're watching Marco Stunt too. I wish they would build this program. Well, maybe they are. I really want to see this program between these two.
Yeah, I want to see Luchasaurus get something other than now that he's back from his injury and clearly healthy.
Yeah, he was so hot for a while.
Yeah, until he got injured. Once he got injured.
But even when he was hot, they still didn't have him winning any of the matches.
No. And they were still the most popular grew, they're still the most popular trio on the roster.
Yeah, they probably still are.
Yeah, look at, I mean, Billy Gunn is a monster. He's what, 6'6"?
I think so. That sounds right.
And he does not look like he's in his 50s. He doesn't look like an Attitude Era star. Or before Attitude Era. I mean, Jesus, what? He started in the WWF in, what, 95?
Yeah, he does not look much different than he did back then.
Yeah, I mean, he looks a little bit bigger, but he doesn't look, he looks just like he did when he was, Billy Gunn.
Right. Oh, and Orange Cassidy hasn't been eliminated yet, has he?
Oh, no, he hasn't.
He got beat down before.
Oh, here he comes. He's coming in.
Sloth-like he came in.
He's finally rolled into the match. Who's going to eliminate MJF, and they can have a program?
Uh-oh, he's okay. Wardlow with the ring.
Yep. Yep, there he goes. Now Wardlow's going to get pissed off and eliminate MJF.
Oh, that's cool.
Interesting. Didn't see that coming. Oh, come on. The first title is going to be Jungle Boy.
Yeah,
unless they're actually trying to push Orange Cassidy into an actual wrestler type mode.
Or is there somebody else that still has not been eliminated that we're not aware of?
I don't think so, because there's nobody else. The story was around MJF and Wardlow.
Okay, just making sure, because sometimes they do that.
Well, Orange Cassidy was the guy.
Yeah.
He was their surprise guy that hadn't been eliminated.
I'd be perfectly fine if Jungle Boy, if Cody loses his title on this first defense against the Jungle Boy.
The problem is, he's not.
I know. I'm just saying, I'd be perfectly fine if it did happen.
And he actually.
Wait! Did Orange Cassidy just do a Superman punch?
Yep.
That's what I thought.
That's why I'm saying I wonder if they're going to start pushing Orange Cassidy now. The problem is we're in for a long run of Cody now as the TNT champion because he did the stupid open challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately he's going to have the belt for a few months because of that.
Yeah, he did the open challenge, but there was nobody but he didn't defend the title tonight.
Yeah, which is kind of silly. He said, I'm going to come out here every week ready to go and issue an open challenge. Well, why wasn't that an open challenge for anybody?
And why wasn't he ready to go?
Because he's a heel.
Yeah, I've been saying that for weeks.
We've been saying that longer than that. We've been saying that since December.
Well, that's still weeks.
When he first started his real program with MJF, and he delivered that promo showing his briefcase of money to the crowd. Everybody was talking about how great his promo was, and we're like, what are you talking about? That was a heel promo. So what? That was what? November of last year we started calling him a heel?
Now stay tuned for Mike Tyson.
Oh.
Well, there's still 20 minutes left of the show. Holy shit.
Yeah, but what else? Did they have any other matches that they announced that we haven't seen?
No.
I can't wait.
The Battle Royal was supposed to be the main event.
I can't wait until they get this title done. It's really a plain looking title. And I don't like it. I don't know that I'm going to like it much with the gold either, but...
No, I mean, I think that the current belt looks like a toy version of the old NWA or / WCW television championship that Arn Anderson held.
Oh, the Tully Blanchard Arn Anderson one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It does. Except it's got that big red letter TNT across it.
Right. But
Other than
that boat was silver and red too, you know. So sometimes
sometimes this summer, really, you couldn't even come up with a date. Just sometime this summer, we don't know when.
maybe they're waiting to see if it opens up before they make an announcement. Like if there's a time when they can have more than however many fans, you know.
I suppose. Yeah.
I mean, you know, I don't know if you saw, but Governor Walz has now come out and said there'll be no mass gatherings of 20 or more people in Minnesota until there's a vaccine.
Yeah, they've kind of done that everywhere. I think somebody else said that too. That they can't. They're not going to let more than 10 people. They're not opening anything up until.
Yeah, but but I mean that means there's no sporting events, there's no concerts. It means there's movie theaters could theoretically be open, but they'd have to section off like a whole ton of seats. So
yeah, but why also is are there no limits on supermarkets and things? Like I went to Super One on Sunday, and there was probably 150 people in there.
That's probably an exaggeration.
There was a lot of people in there, and they weren't.
Yeah, but you're not in a mass gathering for hours at a time, sitting right next to somebody either.
That's true.
And you're supposed to wear a mask either way, but
I'm claustrophobic. I can't.
Well, you don't have to you don't have to live inside the mask.
I do. It feels like I do.
Yeah, I worked a doubles for years, working midnights at a group home. You're aware of that, right?
Right.
Yeah, so
that's how we used to do our show. Remember, 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's right, we did. While I was at work, that's right. So, but I got to the point where, like on the weekends, I would need to sleep during the day, and I couldn't because of the light. So I've worn a sleep mask for probably like 15 years now.
Oh, really?
Or 14, 15 years I've worn a sleep mask at night. And, when about 5 or 6 years ago, my son was still, he was like, I'm having trouble sleeping during the day because he's a paramedic,
Right.
And I said, well, get a sleep mask. He said, I can't because I need to be able to breathe. I said, you don't put it around your mouth, Cody.
He probably thought you were talking about a CPAP.
No, he knew what I was. No, but he gotta have the same thing that you do, where wearing the sleep mask makes him feel like he can't breathe.
It's weird because I can't wear I can't wear a mask that covers my mouth and nose because it just freaks me out. But my CPAP, maybe it's because it's blowing air in, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's because I know it's keeping me alive. Maybe that's why it's okay.
But it's also transparent too. There's
there's that too.
It's like an opaque thing where that's covering you, that you can see out of your eyes. You can actually kind of see at least mine, like the tubing is clear, and so is the actual the nasal pillows and stuff. So.
Speaking of which, I gotta clean mine.
What kind do you have? Do you have the nasal pillow kind, or do you have the mask kind? Or
I have the one that just goes over your nose.
Okay.
And what it does is because it just covers my nose. It actually forces me to keep my mouth shut. Because if I open my mouth, I immediately start choking from the air blowing in through my nose and then trying to, and then having my mouth open, it kind of screws with everything.
See, there's that kind that kind of like an oxygen mask.
Yep.
Which I don't think I could ever wear.
No, I couldn't.
And then I have the kind with the nasal pillows. But then my dad like a few months ago, he tried out a new kind that's a mask that goes only over the nose, not over the mouth.
Yep, that's what I have.
Okay, and I tried that one night, and it was fine with me, but my wife said my snoring was a lot worse with that on. So I only tried it that one night.
Yeah, for me, it forces me to keep my mouth shut, and it also, the way that I lay, it doesn't move at all. I couldn't do a mask because I'm too, the full face one, whatever.
Yeah.
Because that's just too claustrophobic for me. And why are we watching American Bandstand? What is happening here?
It's like the Nitro Girls.
There's cheerleaders. There's a drum. I mean, what is? They have AEW cheerleaders now?
I have no idea what this shit is, dude.
They keep showing scenes from The Watchmen, and I just want to go back and watch it again.
Well, have you ever actually watched The Wire?
No, I haven't. It's on my list.
Yeah, I was gonna say HBO Max. You're gonna be able to watch The Wire on too.
Well, I've had HBO for 2 years.
Yeah, that's true.
So I've always had access to it, and I can't tell you how many times I've started Game of Thrones. I think the only show I actually went and watched start to finish was Rome.
I only watched like the first few episodes of that show.
Season 1 is great. Season 2 sucked. Terrible. Just absolutely terrible. Once they killed Julius Caesar, it was done. It just wasn't good after that.
You know what's a great show that's kind of kind of that same idea, and it's not on HBO, so it's not going to be on that channel. It's actually a Starz show, but it's called Spartacus.
Oh, my eyes. My eyes.
Oh, so she's doing "Are you kidding me?" instead of "Excuse me" now.
I guess she has to. This is an inner circle pep rally.
Oh, that's what it is. I remember they talked about it earlier in the night. Okay.
Okay, but why are they advertising Mike Tyson? But this is supposedly going to end the show. They're pretty much giving away the ending.
So they're gonna have 2 different segments end the show.
No, they're going to have one segment, and Tyson's going to come out and interfere, or you can call it out. And
Okay, so this has been a great show so far, but I'm just really hoping that this doesn't ruin it.
Yeah, me too. I am enjoying their entrances lately. I love their football style entrances, and now this. It's unique. It's something different, kind of fun.
Yeah.
Poor Sammy. Poor Sammy's been on crutches for what, weeks? He keeps getting hit by golf carts.
Yep.
I don't know how much. I know Jericho.
And he got hit with a real version of a sprinkler too.
Yeah.
Not a Sanjay
Dutt.
Take that, Sanjay.
I don't know if Jericho's the one behind this creativity and stuff, but I'm enjoying the creative aspects that are around the Inner Circle right now. I know he was given a lot of credit in WCW and even WWF for his creative mind. And this stuff, the stuff that he's doing now, this last few weeks, kind of scream Jericho.
Yeah, I think it ended up being brilliant pairing Jericho with Sammy Guevara. I think Guevara and Chelsea Baker are the breakout stars of this show so far.
Oh, absolutely. And Guevara, and then when you add Guevara's actual in-ring ability and athleticism, on top of his, he probably reminds me of a young Jericho better more than anybody else because he's got the comedic chops, plus he's got athletic ability.
Yep.
Good storyteller in the ring. He's just one of those guys that's fun to watch.
Why don't they have a t-shirt gun?
Yeah. They're all tied up like they should be.
I know.
I want one of those shirts.
They're throwing them back at him. They're throwing it back at him like it's Cena's hat.
Ortiz is close to a breakout star too. His crazy character is amazing.
Yeah.
His facial expressions, everything he does, his body movements.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, are you a soccer mom or what?
Okay. King of Dad Jokes.
Yeah, what are the other guys' trophies here?
They showed Hager's too. It said King of Dad Jokes.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah.
chopped cheese.
Okay, this is great. Just come once.
Okay then. They hit me up, Mobile. Hit him up, Brandy.
Oh, this is great.
He can hear better with noise canceling headphones on. That's awesome.
My Tesla. Hager just showed more personality. Hager just showed more personality there than he did his entire WWF run.
Yep. That was great. Whatever they really want. What?
Why? What does Mike Tyson have to do with him? I must miss that.
You can probably get a Mike Tyson fat head. I'm guessing Tyson drunk it.
Yeah, probably. This would have been so much better had they not been advertising Mike Tyson the entire show.
Yes, it would have been.
The fact that they've been advertising Mike Tyson the whole show really kind of screwed this whole entrance.
But how great is it that they're continuing the storyline from 10 years ago on Raw?
That is kind of cool.
Who the hell is that guy?
Which guy? All of them?
Well, the guy with the white and the white shirt and the like the black eyeshadow on.
The grease paint?
Yeah, the eye block or whatever.
I don't know. I'm guessing this must be his training team. What's that skinny Lou Ferrigno guy doing in the back there?
No idea.
Wow, Mike. That was a bad decision. Did Mike Tyson just turn into Red Fox?
I think so.
The grease paint guy is getting involved. Oh, here come the referees.
So I guess we have our second match for Fyter Fest.
Well, Sammy's moving pretty good. See him running around the ring there?
Yeah, he needs to get his. Shouldn't he be rolling around on a scooter?
Should be.
Oh, and then Cody's out there too.
Of course, Cody's got to be out there. Cody can't come out to protect his wife who's being assaulted, but he can come out when Mike Tyson gets hit.
Yep. Truth.
Now turn the rest of this night into the Battle Royal to find out who faces Cody. Let's see who comes out of this one.
That'd be great. Take two. Yeah, you did. I thought you were advertising Tyson the whole show.
Yeah, I mean, we knew this was going to happen. I mean, there was only a couple minutes left in the show, and you advertised Tyson all night long, every commercial break.
Why is Colt Cabana holding Chris Jericho's hands?
I don't know. This is just not making any sense. Who's the mask guy standing there?
Alright, well, I mean, that was a good show until the end.
Yeah, and I mean, until like the last 3 minutes, yeah.
Once Tyson came out, because we knew it was the whole. They ruined it. If they would not have advertised Tyson at all, and then to have him come out the way he did with his little thug army, it just was a little too much.
Yeah, but you know, the inner circle thing was great.
Oh, the inner circle thing was amazing, especially Jake. Jake's promo made the whole thing better. Definitely a much better episode than we've had the last couple of weeks. I enjoyed a lot of this. I enjoyed the in-ring action. I enjoyed the Britt Baker bit. I enjoyed the inner circle bit. I loved even the promo to start the night. I thought it was great.
Yeah, and it was great to see FTR come out there too.
Yep.
Like I said, they drove up the truck and got out of it and after Blade and Butcher with more purpose than we saw Cody a couple of weeks ago when he was supposedly defending his wife.
Right. Yeah, and the nice thing about the Revival or FTR coming out like that and the way they did it was completely opposite of what we expected. You know, we expected them to come in and have a feud right away with the Bucks because of the whole being the elite. And eventually they'll have their match against the Bucks. But to not have them come in as heels, to have them come in as faces and, you know, be a decent a tag team that, honestly, the tag team division is really lacking with a lot of the like Hybrid 2 not being around and Lucha Brothers not being around, and so seeing them coming in as baby faces when you've got a bunch of other kind of tweener groups and heel groups, I kind of like it. Especially when it was the exact opposite of what I expected.
Right, exactly. And yeah, I mean, and the thing is that, you know, you and I know about the FTR versus, you know, the FTR stuff on being the elite, but there's many people out there that don't know about that. And so that, you know, it makes a lot more sense to actually start the feud on Dynamite, or, you know, have it build up on Dynamite, you know. So.
Alexa, turn on the living room light.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I was fighting with my Alexa.
Okay.
She wasn't listening to me when I was telling her to turn on my stupid light. She kept talking about my master bedroom.
I don't need to hear about us talking about you masturbating.
I'm speechless again.
Yeah, but you know, I think FTR, you know, being built up, the FTR Young Bucks match being built up on Dynamite makes a lot more sense than having it start from scratch from being the elite.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of things like that too. It's like they can't, at some point, they can't rely on the hardcore fans that have been following them for the last 5 years. They've got to build stuff for new fans that are coming in. These people, you know, that are fans of FTR, they're not, and I'm gonna, you know, it'll be like Brody Lee. I'm gonna call them the Revival for a while, but there's a lot of people that only know the Revival from their WWE run or their NXT run. You know,
which was like 4 years ago.
Yeah, they don't know about the FTR bits because they weren't hardcore Young Bucks fans who were following them, you know, all through their early days of being the elite and watching them in Japan and all that stuff. So they've got to kind of build up the rivalry. They can't just come in and say, "Oh, these guys have been fighting for years." Well, how do we know that?
Right. Exactly.
I still think, I mean, we talked about this before, I'd still like to see them do, you know, instead of their, you know, maybe run a Being the Elite special or something, you know, that kind of shows highlights or maybe some of the backstories, but then again, a lot of those stories they can't run because they're years old and people like Marty aren't going to be there, and Adam Cole isn't there, he's on WWF, so I suppose they'd probably get sued, and...
Yeah, it's all true. You know, I you know, for somebody like me who doesn't watch WWE proper and hasn't seen, you know, Dax and Cash for
years.
For years, yeah. You know, it's pretty cool to see them come in with that fire, you know, in there.
Well, yeah, because I mean, the couple of pay-per-views that you and I actually watched, they were on a pre-show where they weren't even on them.
Exactly.
So it's not like we really got... I haven't really seen the Revival in the ring or FTR in the ring since their NXT days.
Yeah, I haven't either.
And
I mean, maybe on like a 2 or 3 minute match on Raw at some point, but I mean,
I don't think I've watched Raw in years. I maybe had it on the background or something, but I bet I haven't watched an episode of Raw or SmackDown. I watched the first episode of SmackDown on Fox because my kid was here. But I think that is probably the only episode of WWE proper that I've actually fully watched in 2 years.
Yeah, and I think the only thing I've watched on WWE television the last year and a half at least is when I watched that stuff with Shayna Baszler and Becky Lynch when Shayna made her debut on Raw.
And I didn't even watch that. I mean, I think I might have watched the clip. There's been a couple times, I've had it on the background when we used to do our Monday night shows. I'd have it on in the background and just kind of every now and then it would catch my eye, like what the hell's just happening type of thing. But I don't think I have actually sat down and watched any of it.
Right. So I mean, it's cool that the rivals coming in. Well, FTR is coming in kind of fresh to us.
Yeah, it is. And I hope that they come in with the same work ethic and the same. I mean, they're going to have the same continuity, and I think they're going to thrive because they're going to actually be able to do what they do. They showed us in NXT what they can do.
Yeah, and I think having them come in against somebody other than the Bucks is a great idea because that gives us a chance to. That gives us a chance to refresh ourselves on them, and it also gives new fans a chance to catch on to who they are before going into a big feud with a major team.
Well, and it gives them a chance to shine without being against the best tag team in the world.
Right.
Because if they come in and they put on these classic matches, all they're going to get is told, oh, well, that's because it was against the Bucks. No, it's because these guys are immensely talented. Starting them off against the Butcher and the Blade, who haven't really done much. We have a chance to see if they can elevate Butcher and Blade.
Yep.
And show how great they actually are.
That's an excellent point.
And then you're not going to be getting, oh, well, that's because you were facing the Bucks. That's why you guys look so good.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so this was a great show until the last 3 minutes. I really enjoyed this show.
Yeah, and I did.
I probably liked this Dynamite more than I have in the last month.
I was just gonna say that it's better than, but then again too, this is really the first live one we've had. I mean, we did have that live one a couple of weeks ago. Well, the last live one we had a month ago was pretty good. The go home show was depressing. The week in between those was not very good, but the one before that live show that they had, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, but I still think this one was better.
Oh, this was much better. And we had a full cast of characters. We had Paige was there, and he hasn't been there in months. We had a lot of the tag teams and a lot of the people we haven't seen for a while.
Oh, that reminds me. Jim Ross said that this was the first time Nick Jackson had been on Dynamite in 98 days. That is not true. He was on Dynamite last week.
Oh yeah, the last closing seconds.
But he was still on Dynamite.
I think he was.
I mean, he wasn't in the arena, but he was on Dynamite.
I think he said this is the first match he's wrestled.
No, it's not. That's not what he said.
Okay, he did say the first time he's been on.
Yeah.
Has it really been 98 days since the quarantine hit?
Apparently.
Well, no, because he was injured. What, about 3 weeks before the quarantine?
Oh, right. He was injured because of that. Yeah, he had that garage door slammed on his back.
And then it was then 2 weeks later we entered the quarantine. So we're getting close to 3 months of this quarantine.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess it was the middle of March when we were sent home.
And I think the last time Matt was on until last week was the very first quarantine show.
Yeah, because he came out and they, talked to Paige and asking if Paige was on the same page with that, or if Adam was on the same page with them and all this stuff, and then we didn't see Matt or Adam after that.
Right.
Until last week.
Exactly. So yeah, it's been a long time since we saw these guys all together on Dynamite.
Well, and then not just them, but a lot of other guys like Peter Avalon we haven't seen forever. We haven't seen I even forgot who Brendan Cutler was.
I know. And Luther, you forgot who Luther was too.
Yeah, but then again, Luther didn't really do much. We didn't see much of him. At least with Cutler, we saw him a few times. I don't think we ever saw Luther in the ring, did we?
I don't think so.
So, all right. Well, I have not much else. I thought this was a pretty decent episode.
Yeah,
so,
just hit the plugs.
Guys, hopefully you're listening to us on one of the two YouTubes. We're live on two of them right now. Our own personal Kingdom of Honor channel, which does 3 live shows, 2 live shows a week, and then try to do at least 1 to maybe 2 live shows a month as a pop culture show on our YouTube /Kingdom of Honor page. And this coming up on Monday, we're going to we are going to watch the last 5 episodes of Lock and Key, and we're going to review that next Monday. Also, our Patreon, patreon.com/Kingdom of Honor. Go there, get access to all of our archives, access to all of our exclusive shows. We do a lot of stuff on there. We break down different older pay-per-views. We've gone through some of the Ring of Honor from 2011, which we're going to continue. We've gone through some of the old ECW stuff from 96, I think, is where we left off there. Plus we do every now and then when we get the hankering, we do a few other little things too. And then, of course, our Twitter. I'm at Rigi Co-op. He's at ZanmanLOP. And you can follow us the best by using the hashtag DAD and the hashtag KOH.
At least it would until the show to start barking. Next week we'll be covering of course we'll be back with you Dynamite After Dark next week, right after Dynamite goes off the air, but also the day before we'll be, on Kingdom of Honor, we'll be covering, we've been covering 2005 TNA the last few weeks, and we're going to move into January 2006 with Final Resolution 2006. And stay tuned to the other LOP radio shows. Tomorrow night is IMS LOP Radio Adventure. I'm sure we'll be talking about Double or Nothing, or who knows what else.
I saw they were talking, they had a poll. They were trying to poll which one of the trio to talk about. And I know Shibata and Shinsuke were on there. I didn't catch who the last guy was.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So they have a Twitter poll up right now. So if you follow IMP, make sure you go over there and vote on who you want to hear them talk about.
Interesting. Okay. On Friday is WWF The Legacy Series, and if I'm not mistaken, they should be up to now WrestleMania 4, talking about that. And actually, no, I think it might be, I think it's the main event. I lied. It's the main event with Hogan versus Andre, and then so next week should be WrestleMania 4 they're at, which is a fun time as a wrestling fan. And then, but that's all we've got. We'll try to do better next time. This is Zan saying long days, pleasant nights, and Jeff saying